Alright folks, John Rush here today, my son Richard Rush behind the camera. We're going to do a review of the new 2016 Toyota Highlander, and this is the hybrid edition of the Highlander. Now, Toyota makes 9 different models when it comes to the hybrid models. They are the leader when it comes to the hybrid technology, and there's a reason they're a leader. They do it very, very well. This car works extremely well. We'll go through some of that in the opinion portion of the review, but let's just get right into the review. There's not a lot of new things for 2016. They've built the Highlander hybrid in the past. The Highlander, personally speaking, one of my personal favorite vehicles. I actually went out on the launch on this car when they totally redesigned the car, gave it a much more masculine look several years ago. The hybrid edition, of course, makes it an all-wheel drive car. This car just looks and works fantastic. It is not the Highlander of old. It really is not. Most people would think Highlander, female drivers only. Not the case anymore. When you get back, and Richard can show you a full side view of this particular vehicle, it's just got a lot greater masculine lines. I'll walk around the back of the camera and kind of point some of those out. They've just done a much better job. They added, you know, this line in here. The old Highlanders, it was real smooth down the side. They added a couple of different lines down the body. Full panoramic sunroof on this particular model. The aluminum roof rails on top. They've just made the car look fabulous. We've averaged roughly 29 miles to the gallon in this car, highway and city driving. The car just works phenomenal. Again, almost, I don't want to say it's my favorite car, but I tell you what, it's right up there towards the top. I'll get into some of those details in just a minute. Let's stop the review. We'll go through the back. We'll go through some of the interior, then we'll go take a drive of the 2016 Toyota Highlander Hybrid. All right, folks, coming down to the back side, we turned the vehicle around for the lighting to help out a little bit. 2016 Toyota Highlander. You can see the hybrid Synergy drive over here, and you notice on all the hybrids on Toyota, even Lexus, they've all got the little blue insignia, or the little blue badging, if you would, around the insignia. They do a nice job that way. So a couple of different things on the back of this that we'll note. It does have a back hatch. One thing that Toyota, if you're listening, we would love to see, I wish this wiper was hidden up in here where you didn't see it. Just a personal preference. I think it might even help aerodynamics out a little bit. Tuck this up on top, have it swing down. But just a side note, if you want to open just the glass, you can hit the button and just the glass opens, and it allows you access over the top to get things out without having to open up the entire rear hatch. So just a side note, it is kind of a nice handy feature to have the dual glass. Otherwise, if you want to open the whole gate, I can hold the key fob down, or there is a button on here that I can actually pull back. Either way, it works fine. It'll actually automatically open. There is no easy entry, which a lot of the other manufacturers are doing. I can't come up, wave my foot, touch anything. Will that be something they add in the future? I don't know. And I believe, I'm almost positive, don't quote me on this, you need to double check the info or check the website. I believe you can set the height on where this gate actually comes up and down. Richard's shaking his head up and down. Yes, so you can set the height on the gate height as far as how far it comes up. But as we get into the back end, you'll notice pretty ample room even behind these seats, with the seats being up. So if you've got small kids in the back seat, what have you, there is still some ample room to put groceries and some other things back here. Little storage compartments underneath for some extra things that you can actually put in here. So it's got pretty decent storage back here with the seats up. Now, to put these seats down, I'll show you. It's actually real easy. In fact, to recline the seats, to adjust them, you just pull up on the strap, and if you want them to go all the way down, pull the strap up, fold them down, and now you've got a full open flat compartment in the back to actually put everything, or, you know, to load cargo, things like that. And you'll notice when the seats were up, people do have the ability, there's 4 cup holders, 2 on each side. There's little hook things here to actually store different things on, you know, bags, things along those lines. And there is a privacy screen option. You can see the indentations where it would come back and then fit back into these notches. Nice back end. Now, some of you would say, man, this light interior, how well would that work with kids and you know, stuff and so on? You'll have to be the judge of that. This would not be my first choice of an interior color. It's beautiful on this dark blue, offsetting it with this kind of real, you know, light tan saddle interior. It's gorgeous, but frankly, it would be tough to own this with kids and have stuff inside the vehicle and try to keep this clean. Just a side note. All right, we're now to the second row seating. So third row seating you saw a moment ago, and I'm not going to climb back into the third row seating because it's really tight unless you have this seat move forward. It's tight. It's kid-only seating. I'm just going to say it that way. A full-size adult, myself, my son, anybody of any kind of stature, you're not going to fit in the back seat very comfortably at all unless these seats are all the way up. Now, The limited model, which is what the hybrid comes with, this vehicle I haven't mentioned yet, $51,000, and it does come in this limited trim package, captain seats only, so it's a 7-passenger seating only. So 2 captain's chairs in the middle, not a bench seat, gives you 7 passengers. We went ahead and folded this down flat so you can see with both of these down, you can actually see pretty flat storage capacity. You know, if you want to slide things in, you'd have the ability to actually do that. To put these back up, pull it up, and you're set, you're ready to go. If I want to climb in the back seat, I can either pull this lever, or if somebody in the back seat even wants to get out, there's a little lever right back here where my hand is. Pull that up, that folds up and slides in. Nice step pocket right in here where you could actually just step right into the back seat. Real simple, real easy. Gives you a real easy ability in and out. Or, as a lot of younger kids would, you could even go through the middle, through the middle of the captain's chairs. And I'll just show you. I'm going to climb in real quick and just show you how much legroom I've got. This seat all the way back right now. So this seat, any full-size 6-foot-plus passenger would sit in on this passenger side. And I have still got an easy, 4 or 5 inches of room there with my knees. There's a little center flip-up console here in the middle for drinks, which really works out great. I can actually just pull the lever and push that down, so then you've got walk-through ability to get through the 2 middle seats here. All full climate control, heated seats on the limited edition back here in the back, so you can actually turn those on and off. And I've got some, all my temperature controls and so on are all up here, plus a power port down below. Now, one thing that I just noted a minute ago, you can move this seat for the back seat passenger. So if I wanted to give the people in the back, and I did have some adults back there, I can move this up as much as I can. Of course, this seat can go forward even more. I'd still have room, give the people in the back a little bit more room. You could get some adults back there, but again, typically adults in the middle, kids are going to be in the back. That's pretty much how you're going to make this work. As we move into the side door, you'll notice nice apportionments, nice soft touch material throughout. They've done a really good job, and I love the standard sunshades on the side. Again, it's a family vehicle. If you've got kids, somebody in the car seat, a child in the car seat, what have you, this is a great feature. Standard, added right in there. Pull it up and down, works out fantastic. I'll jump around to the driver's seat and we'll continue on with the interior of the 2016 Toyota Highlander Hybrid. All right, moving into the front seat now, 2016 Toyota Highlander. This is the Hybrid Edition, comes in the limited trim package. We'll just get right into it. We showed you the door panel a moment ago on the back door. Front door is not a whole lot different. I do want to talk about the panoramic sunroof that's in here. So Richard, if you can show that. It's a great feature on this car. Full view, panoramic roof, gorgeous, lights up the inside, really makes it nice and open and airy, and I really love it. Really, really comfortable seats. When you look at these, they're heated and ventilated in the front here, and they're just fantastic. They're comfortable, they're roomy. This is a road trip car to the max. It's very, very comfortable to drive. Toyota did a lot of different things on the interior of this car to make it really, really functional. For example, they looked at a lot of different things and came up with this entire extra compartment right here. So you've got glove compartment, storage compartments, a huge console that I'll get to in a moment. But yet you've got this entire flat surface area, which the way this is designed, they've even got a hole back here in the back where you can actually, right here in the middle, where you can actually put your cord through to charge your phone. So you can actually take your phone, set it up in here either way you want to, and actually have the ability to run a hole right through the middle here to put the cord up into it, where you're not having a bunch of cords exposed and so on. Really, really nice. Another great feature, again, we use some of the big, large metal double insulated water bottles. My son and I both do, and a lot of cars, those just do not fit into very well at all. In this particular car, that comes out. Even with that in, big enough pocket in the front to put a big insulated water bottle in the front, coffee cup behind. Again, Toyota, you've done a great job on the interior of it. Let's move to the console. I want to mention that real quick. When they designed this car, and I went to the launch to learn all of this, when they designed this car, they actually took several different full-size ladies' purses and built the console to fit around a full-size purse. So you ladies out there that are listening, you can actually fit an entire purse down inside of here for safety, security, whatever. It works out really well. Pop the tray back in, close this up, and you can see it's got dual compartments. So if you just want to get to the front, you can. If you want to get to the back, you can. But on top of that, here's the best thing about it. It's at exactly the position you need to be for driving. You don't have those stupid fold-down armrest things, which I absolutely hate on most of the captain's chairs that are out there. This thing's built in, it's solid, it's there all the time. It's positioned exactly where you need it to be able to rest your arms and drive. Works out fantastic. Toyota, you did a great job on that. Only downside of this interior that I have found that I do not like, and maybe it's just because of me and I'm a little bit shorter, 5'10", my arms aren't super long, controlling the tune knob over here on the right. So I know you can do everything from the steering wheel, but if you manually want to go tune something and tune the station to a different station, you're reaching up and doing that as you're driving. I wish this was tilted back ever so slightly where the reach wasn't so bad. Even some of the phone and seek settings and such over on this right hand side, it's a little bit of a reach while you're driving, where typically I want to sit and just be able to reach everything with my hand. And you can see if my back's all the way back, I cannot reach that knob. My arm just isn't long enough to get it. Also has the handy minivan mirror here where you can actually look back in the back and see what the kids are doing. Great feature. Glasses also go in there. Of course, all the sunroof is controlled through the top. I tell you what, it's cold outside. Richard's about to freeze to death. We'll put him in the back seat. We'll go for a spin, and I'll show you how quiet the interior of this 2016 Toyota Highlander hybrid really is. All right, folks, we'll now get into the driving portion of the car. And real quick before I do that, one thing we should mention, we've shown this in previous reviews, and it works out really well. Again, those of you with families, people that would have, children or even adults all the way in the back seat, this car comes with Toyota's Easy Speak system, which is really a cool feature. You turn it on through the audio unit. You can literally talk to the passengers in the back. They can hear you speaking to them. Works fantastic, especially for those of you with young kids. It's a great feature. I'm going to fire it up, though. You put your foot on the brake, hit the power button, and you'll notice the fan and stuff kicks in, but that's it. The engine's not running. Why? Because we're a hybrid, and it doesn't need to be. Standard steering wheel for Toyota. All of this is great. It does have adaptive cruise. That part of it works out fantastic. Lane warning. It does not have any kind of a lane assist, but it does have a lane warning. Blind spot. Heated steering wheel. The rear wiper you can control from over here on the side. Of course, power mirrors, double memory seat over here, so you can actually have the seat position in a couple of different memory spots. And I'll show you real quick. So if you look at the screen, you'll notice our best has been 28.8, 27.3, because Richard drove it the last couple of days, so he always knocks the mileage down. I'm always the one keeping it up, so the best is 28.8. And I didn't drive this car easy. I mean, I drove this car fairly hard, and we still got 28.8 in it. Dual climate control. Again, ergonomically on the front side of this car, fantastic. When I go to reverse, you'll see the camera come on. It does have dynamic grid lines, and you can back right over here against the curb line. It shows you exactly where you're at, and away you go. This car is rated 280 horsepower is total combined power between the engine and the hybrid system. And Richard asked me earlier, how much better fuel economy is this car than its standard 3.5 liter V6 counterpart? Typically, that's going to be in the 20-21 range. This car is up in the 27-28 range. So you'll have to be the judge to determine if the extra expense of the hybrid really merits it. What I will say, though, those of you that love power, the hybrid and the power and the way they work, the combination of the two together, especially at our elevation, works fantastic. This car, you romp on the gas, and away you go. It really does work well. So we'll take a quick drive, and as we get started here, I'm just going to be quiet and let you listen to how quiet the interior is. You'll notice it's virtually noise-free on the inside. It's really a quiet, comfortable driving car. Yet, I will also give it this. It handles extremely well, and it handles better than a car of its size. It's a fairly large car. When you're driving it, it doesn't feel like it's a large car or a large truck, if you would, SUV. It really has more of a car feel to it as you're driving it. One of the reasons why Highlander has become one of Toyota's great sellers. It's just a great all-around vehicle. Works fantastic. If you're somebody that just doesn't like minivans, and personally myself, that's me, this may be the fit for you, because it's got a lot of the same great features that a minivan has, but it comes in a non-minivan platform. The car just works Fantastic. So with that, I think you already know my opinion. One of my choices, one of my top choices of vehicles out there, anytime somebody asks me, hey, I'm looking for a 5 to 7 passenger vehicle, what do I do? Typically speaking, the Highlander is one of the vehicles that I actually push people towards. So it's one of my top picks. I think Richard would also agree. It's a great family vehicle and fantastic on road trips. So with that being said, go check out this vehicle at your local Toyota dealer. All right, folks, one thing that I think I made a mistake on that Richard just corrected me on, I want to throw right into the review here at the end. And again, check this car out for yourself at your local Toyota dealer. The lane departure assist. When I push the button over here, I actually get a signal that comes up and says it's disabled under 32 miles per hour. It only works going over 32 miles per hour, and I'll just be frank, I did not try it at all driving this vehicle, so I do not know whether it actually steers you back into the lane or not. Typically speaking, Toyotas have not been doing that. They do a warning, they give you ample warning to tell you that you're out of your lane. I have not seen too many Toyotas yet that actually steer you back into the lane. So that's going to be something that when you're out on the test drive yourself, go check it out. I apologize, we're doing this review on this car a little bit early because we've got a 5-inch not a 5-inch, a 5-inch participation storm coming to Colorado over the weekend, which is typically when we do these reviews. That in our world equates to anywhere from 10 to 20 inches of snow, depending upon how things work out. So we're doing this review a little early, and I apologize. That is one feature on this car I have not been able to check out for myself. So check it out at your local Toyota dealer, and again, tell them that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.